What's up, y'all? On this episode of the podcast, Dev and I give our thoughts on WNBA playoff contenders. We also answered the question, does Olivia Miles have a legitimate case to be this year's MVP? Finally, as always, some NBA thoughts. Hope you enjoy. Welcome back to another episode of From the Rafters Pod.
A podcast about changing the way fans talk about basketball in a world full of media myths. You know. And headlines that are 100% true. We're here to give y'all the full story and the facts and informed opinions. Welcome back.
Welcome back. So, WNBA season we're approaching. No.
Dun, dun, dun.
I wanted to say like the beginning of the end, but it's really like the end of the beginning. Basically, the playoffs are coming near.
Anyway, yeah, I agree. And I think that there's a lot of contenders now that we have more teams that are clinched.
Yeah, and there may still be some pretenders among us.
Yeah. I don't know. Anyway, I want to do some predictions. I want to like hear what your thoughts are. I want to hear where you think people stand and and when you're thinking about the playoffs and a championship.
In the words of Courtney Williams, let's do it. Sorry. With the playoffs being here, I don't want to do traditional, like, let's pick who's going to win it. Because I think everybody kind of has their favorite. You can pick, your team, what have you. But I kind of was thinking about this more qualitatively.
Interesting.
Like, what team do you trust the most in the playoffs?
You want me to answer?
Yeah.
I'm going to have to say the Lynx. And it's not just because they're having a great season and they're number one right now. It's really because at the beginning of the season, they were not looking too hot. Like, it didn't look good. They lost 6 rotation players during the offseason. They didn't make any major, free agent signings. They had their best player, their former MVP candidate from last year, out with a double ankle injury through to July, and yet they're still number one.
Mm-hmm.
So, in Cheryl Reeves, we trust.
1, 2, over the course of their first 5 games, they were 3-2, and then if you zoom out to their first 10 games, so they went 3-2, and then from there they won 5 straight, roughly. So they've been strong all year,
and they darn near had hit everybody at that point.
And my thing for why I also had the Lynx as being the team I trust the most.
Interesting.
Because they haven't skipped a beat with and without Nafisa Collier.
Exactly.
And when I think about a team like that, it reminds me of the Boston Celtics a few years ago on their title run. They had people in and out their lineup throughout that season. And it kind of didn't matter because they were such a system-oriented team that you can kind of plug and play. And I kind of like teams like that. I think the Lynx aren't as plug and play as that Celtics team was, but I think they have a system and they have enough complementary weapons that, if Fee is there, if she's not, they still have a plan of attack that works for them. And so I kind of trust teams with that type of versatility and consistency.
Exactly.
Because if you remove one part, sometimes you see teams crumble or they have to come up with a completely different identity, kind of how the Fever team did last season.
Yes. Moving right along, who do you trust the least? Who is on the other end?
Who do I trust the least? I guess thinking about teams that you would have high expectations for.
Yeah.
I would probably trust. There's kind of 2.
But you got to pick one.
Gotta pick one?
Who do you
I'm going to
trust
say I
the least
trust
out
the
of those?
Liberty the least.
That's who I put also.
Really?
Yeah.
I feel like the Liberty, I kind of had high expectations for them coming into the season. I thought they would be at least a top 4 team, if not top 3, with all the weapons they have. But they have people in and out the lineup quite a bit there. due to health reasons. And they just haven't won as many games as I thought they would.
Mm-hmm.
And quite frankly, when I do watch them play, even when they win games, they just don't look as good of a team as they did during their championship run. So, like, people have alluded to, oh, maybe the Aces are trying to, like, position themselves in the standings to where they don't get the Liberty in the first round. But I'm kind of not afraid of the Liberty in the first round, and that might be a very controversial statement. I respect them, though.
I absolutely respect them. My main reason for not trusting them is just the injury situation and people in and out of the lineup. That was a issue like all year. Mm-hmm. So that's why I put them there.
Very fair, very fair. Who's your wild card team if you have one?
Okay, this was hard. I was going back and forth between a couple. My wild card team, who's like unexpected maybe, the Dream.
All right, see, we're going to have to start doing this like ESPN because you got to stop picking my people.
Oh,
but go ahead.
We did do this separately.
Yeah.
I did this first.
You can't say that.
No, I'm saying like I did this at a different time in a different room.
But how you come with I did this first? Like,
because I had this written. I'm just saying for the people. Like we didn't do this together.
Yeah.
Like I had finished mine first before you had finished yours.
How you know that?
Because you said you were working.
Yeah, but I had my pick when I did before I said the outline.
Okay.
We did them at different times.
That was my only point, is that they were done at different times in different rooms. But I picked the Dream. I think that they've had a very strong last few games. I think that they have had some tough losses throughout the season. I just think we're seeing some really good basketball played there. I think they're a team of dogs. They're not going to go down, without a fight. So that's why I picked them.
I should have checked my kind of preseason rankings episode or, whatever I said entering the season about the Dream. But I know I had high expectations for them, and they've underperformed to my expectations. One thing that I did like about them, though, this year, because they were like, one of my sleeper picks for the season. I thought they would be a kind of a top 3 team this year, potentially. But I liked how early in the season, it's kind of a double-edged sword. They had a lot of games that they won that they were trailing by significant amounts in. And while you don't like a team that should win certain matchups easily to trail and have to come from behind, there's something to be said about a team that handles adversity and is able to lock in, come back from a big deficit, and then pull out wins. But I also like that team because I think they have probably 2 of the most underrated guards in the league in Alicia Gray and Jordan Canada. I think they have great wings and bigs in Naz Hillman. Angel Reese has been playing phenomenally as of this stretch.
She just had a career high like yesterday.
Yeah, it's crazy people don't slide in my DMs when she plays great. They only like to send me kind of the meme low light reels.
It's not funny. It's because they're not watching the game.
Yeah, I'm like,
unfortunately for them.
Yeah, because if you watch, and I've said this forever, rebounding is not an easy thing to do. If rebounding was easy, you would have more guards rebounding like Russell Westbrook.
You'd also have more people taller than Angel with better stats if it was just about height.
Yeah, and it's like it's will, it's grit, it's toughness. But sometimes when I'm watching her, it almost seems like the ball just finds her. But that's a product of knowing kind of where to position yourself.
Yeah.
And also just going and pursuing the basketball.
Easy. Yeah.
But yeah, she's also improved her offensive game.
Her offense
significantly.
Efficiency has gone up significantly over the past 2 years.
I think
like she has been she's scoring 9 for 9, 100% from the floor.
When I watch her, like stats aside, I still think her release point is kind of low. But when I look at footwork, which way she's turning, which way she's finishing, I can see that she's improved in those areas. Also, like kind of her decision making in space, and like people don't often talk about her passing a lot. She's a great passer and facilitator for her team. Like she did it very well here in Chicago, and I like that she's still able to do that for the Dream, even though she doesn't have to have those responsibilities because they have such great guards there. And she's now adding a little, set shot 3-pointer which is
I was
like,
gonna say, I just don't understand how you can watch somebody who comes in third year in the league and is expanding her game. She's beating out old scores. She's dominating in rebounds. It's just, I don't know. It's just the people hating. They're just not watching. Unfortunately for them, again. Which is, I mean, do you? Which star do you think is, or I guess I'll say it this way: which star do you have the most faith in?
oh, in the GOAT we trust always. I'm always gonna have the most faith in Asia Wilson. A little cropped out, but y'all know what time it is. And if you're just listening on your podcast app, I was pointing to my signed Asia Wilson jersey that's up on the wall. But yeah, I'm always gonna have faith in Asia and the Aces because they've been there before. I think
They've had a year that was not, they were not picked.
Yeah, they won on a year when
it was not looking good for them.
On an ugly season, kind of.
Yeah,
like
they had a rough season. They had a lot of adversity they had to overcome.
But they have a lot of vets on that team in addition to Asia. But I just think her leadership is unmatched.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, in Asia we trust.
Okay, which star has the most pressure on them? I put Asia Wilson also.
Oh, really?
Yes.
I had a different one.
I also put her for the star that we have the most faith in too. But
I
think yeah. In Asia we trust. But I just think that she has a lot of pressure. Not that I feel like she is going to feel it and not perform well. Mm-hmm. I just feel like on top of her performance and on top of all of the accolades that she has won over the years, it's like we're entering another season where she's looked at season where she's looked at as a contender of MVP again. And I just feel like there's a little bit pressure around that, reigning champ, all this stuff. So
I got you.
Who'd you put?
So I'm kind of a little bit torn on mine, but I think I'm gonna stick with it. I think the star with the most pressure is Caitlin Clark. I think this is probably the year that she's played the most.
Yeah.
I think that she always, whether she says it or not, there's always going to be an element of having something to prove because of the way the media has shaped the narratives around the W. And when I say that, a lot of people believe she's the best player to ever step foot on Earth. And while she's a great player, there's a lot of players in the W that feel they're better. I think case in point, there's a reason for all-star voting. I think she was like 11th among guards or something, like from player rankings. So like people that are lacing them up, matching up with their day-to-day, that's kind of where they see her in the pecking order. And so I feel like there's always going to be some added pressure for Indiana as kind of like America's team to win. Now, at the same time, the reason I said I might have kind of wanted to switch my point is because I feel like the person on that team that really shoulders the load and, who's quote unquote, whose team it really is and who they rely on for the big shots in a big moment is Kelsey Mitchell.
I'm just going to say this. I think I agree with you. I think Caitlin Clark has a lot of pressure on her all the time. I think that every time she exhales, there's news coverage. And I feel like that's incredibly unfair. Mm-hmm. I also feel like she can't freely play as much as she would want to, as she has said, because it's going to be a headline the next day if she accidentally stepped on someone's shoelace and they tripped or something. It's always going to be something. So I feel like there's just pressure of her being her placed by the media because they're forcing stories. But in what you're saying also, Caitlin did not play in the postseason at all last year. She had a groin injury, which takes, or a hamstring, a long time to heal. Kelsey Mitchell carried that team through the postseason, brought them farther than even Fever fans thought that team was going to be able to go. Beating teams that they were I think they had a couple upsets. So I'm going to have to agree. I think there's a lot of pressure on Kelsey Mitchell, but going into the postseason, I don't know. She got help now. I think it may be a little bit better. She literally won't have muscle failure.
That Fever team, if everyone's healthy, they're nothing to sleep on or play with.
Absolutely not. I think that they're a great team.
Yeah, I do think
but no, I agree with you. I just think, I don't know. I think Caitlin's, if you're going to pick between the two, I think Caitlin has a little bit more pressure.
Fair.
But, I hear you. Now, we did have some predictions at the beginning of the season. Which team were you wrong about?
The Sparks. I thought the Sparks would be in a playoff picture. Now, they did have people battling injuries and stuff throughout the season, so things didn't shake out the way they thought they would. But I had high hopes with them having Plum, getting Cameron Brink back, having Neca there. Like, I feel like they had a lot. Ariel Atkins. I feel like they had a lot of weapons, but they just couldn't pull it through. So yeah, I was wrong about them.
I put the Sky. At first, it felt like they got Angel left, and then it felt like the Sky had nobody.
It felt like the sky had fallen.
Yes, and then all of a sudden on the roster, we got Skylar Diggins, Rakia Jackson, Dejanay Carrington, Azrae Stevens, Natasha Cloud. And you're like, oh. High hopes. And yet they performed like the first thing. And because, obviously, lots of injuries. Yeah.
Rakia got hurt out for the season early on.
Yeah. Skylar's been hurt.
Mm-hmm.
Dejanay was hurt for a long time. And we've seen what they can do when they play. Like, Dejanay adds a lot.
Yeah.
I'll have him add, but I'm just saying I haven't seen Skylar since, and I haven't seen, obviously, Rakia. So
yeah, she's been hurt.
Yeah, that's a whole other thing I need to look into.
Yeah.
What's going on with that?
I feel like they brought Salute back, and they were handing the reins kind of back to Salute, and I feel like Skylar was like, listen, I've been playing well. I deserve to, be the main point. And I guess, it's like,
we didn't go see her. Yeah. There's a lot of drama surrounding the Sky organization just in general from years and years and years and years. So.
And I thought maybe with people coming here and signing here that maybe that was just noise.
Mm-hmm.
And then it's just like, nope, they've done it again in real time.
Stars is what the storyline says.
So
yeah, let us know if you agree, disagree, what your thoughts are, and who you think the 2026 WNBA champs are going to be. Moving right along to the MVP race. This has been an interesting conversation I've seen. There's been 3 names that I've seen. I've seen A'ja Wilson. I've seen Caitlin Clark.
Stop it.
I have.
Yeah, I know.
And I've seen Olivia Miles.
Makes sense.
So there's just about like 2 weeks of the regular season, outside of the FIBA World Cup break. Who do you think is going to be MVP this year?
I think. Let me get my. Why can I see? Sorry. All right. I think you have to go with A'ja Wilson. And now I know people can kind of get MVP fatigue or kind of like what we saw in the NBA.
It's kind of like did you see the interview with Nneka?
Oh, yeah,
Taylor Brooks, and what she said to A'ja and how she was like, just because just know you're doing something that's great consistently and people are going to start to have this weird feeling around it, like the fatigue.
Yeah, and
or
it's
think that it's easy.
Mm-hmm. Like we see it in
what
sports.
You're doing is not normal and it is great.
Yeah, we see it in sports all the time. It's like when Jokic was, constantly winning MVP, and then people say that's why they gave one to Embiid, or like he didn't. You give it to Shea, or like when Russell Westbrook kept getting triple-double season after season, and people kind of get desensitized to
how difficult and great that is. Yeah.
Yeah. And so when I look at Asia and Olivia, right? And I think Olivia, what she's done is probably gotten so much more attention because one, the way she plays is just so electrifying. Like Olivia
great.
Miles is the modern day Magic Johnson. Like she screams Showtime.
I loved watching her in college. I'm glad she made that move. I just love her energy. I love her humility. I love how she's a dog. Both ends of the floor. I'm here for it.
Yeah, you know, I kind of refer to her as Showtime sometimes because the way she plays reminds me of Magic with her passes. And then she has the goggles like Kareem. So she's just all encompassing Showtime to the fullest. And like, you got to give her a lot of credit for the success that the Lynx have had this season. Because again, you can say like, that's a great team, plug and play. Without her, I don't think they're as successful. But I do think they've had enough pieces that have complemented her so that she can be great. It's not like you just dropped her on a team that was terrible and she's carried. You dropped her on a team with some proven weapons and she's made the most of them, which I have to give her credit for.
I also think the fit just was good because I think that plays because you could argue that Russ was dropped on the Lakers with some weapons and that didn't end well.
Right. That's what they complementary pieces.
Yeah, it was not a good fit. So, to give y'all some numbers, I'll start with Olivia because why not? So she's averaging 19.9 points, 4.7 rebounds, 6.2 assists, 1.3 steals. She leads all rookies in scoring, assists, steals, and three-pointers. She has the 4th highest rookie scoring average in league history and the 5th highest rookie assist average, on pace to pass Caitlin for the highest rookie season points total. She only needs 74 points over the next 7 games, which is something I feel like she can do, which is cool. And then this was another stat they say, like, the Lynx have proven to be significantly worse without her on the floor. Talk about valuable player.
Yeah.
That's the definition.
Yeah. The reason I pick Asia, though, is because Asia's averaging 22 points, 9 rebounds, 2 blocks. The deciding factor for me is kind of twofold. One, I don't know anybody else in the W right now that gets guarded by 4 or 5 people at once. Like when she catches the ball, you see the whole defense load up. I haven't seen that happen to guys since like Embiid, Wemby, or even like Russ when he was on OKC and that was kind of their only option. You could see like the full like triangles and then the 2 people on the backside.
And she still has I think 11 30-point games.
Yeah, and it's like the fact that she sees 3 bodies at minimum when she catches the ball. I'm like, I give it to her on the offensive end. But also, she's probably the best two-way player in the W from what she does anchoring the defense or anchoring her team on the defensive end. So that's why I think, my pick, biasly, but also unbiasedly, would be Asia Wilson.
For me, looking at the numbers, it's a clear Asia Wilson, to be honest with you. This would be the second time in WNBA history that a player averaged at least 25 points, 9 rebounds, and 2 blocks in a single season. You know who did it the first time?
Asia Wilson.
In 2024.
Okay.
So it's like, talk about racing yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so that's why I picked her. I think that they're both great, though. Like, no question if Olivia Miles is not Rookie of the Year, something's off.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, it's not even close.
And then, in my
opinion.
It's hard for them to give it to the MVP to a rookie. So Asia also has that benefit, but.
Yeah, I mean, I think Olivia's great, though. Like, there's nobody I would be mad at. I think those just 2, over CBS Sports, Yahoo Sports, ESPN, those 2 are the 2 favored right now. Mm-hmm. So that's why we're focusing on them for the Caitlin Clark people. It's just because we're talking about the 2
We're talking about the 2 that are the best player on their team.
The top 2. Yes. And did you see, I think, who was it? Was it Becky or Cheryl who mentioned that, like, MVP should always be, like, the winning teams, like the winningest team?
Yeah, I think that was Cheryl talking about that. Yeah, making her case for Olivia.
I'm not mad at it. You do it. She rides hard for her team.
You got
for
to.
her players. Yeah, I respect it. Transitioning over to the NBA, there were some changes that happened over the last couple of weeks that we didn't mention last time. Klay Thompson to the Miami Heat.
That's cool.
Yeah, that's how I felt too.
Yeah,
Like,
they needed a shooter. I mean, I haven't been scared of Klay since like 2022, but like I hope he has a great season. Hopefully he finds like
trying to keep my thoughts
2022
to basketball only.
Klay. You know, I hope he brings back the great jump shot. I hope that shot is wet.
Hey, do what you want. Do what you do. DeMar DeRozan to the Nuggets.
Yeah, the Nuggets are just like they just didn't have a lot of options for what they could do because they're already above beyond the second apron. They didn't have a lot of money to spend. And a lot of people say like, oh, the NBA, they owe DeMar because he's, a however many year veteran. But it's like, listen, guys, you gotta kind of understand the numbers a little bit. Guy shoots a lot of twos. He has a very inefficient game. Not to say he's not great. Game is a little inefficient. And if you're not, again, you know my philosophy. Number 1, number 2 options can be inefficient. But if you're like third option, be ready to catch and shoot for some threes. I need threes and dunks, buddy.
That's fair.
But still love DeMar.
Yeah.
Best of luck. Hopefully he can be a key contributor for that Nuggets team.
Yeah.
And he's accomplished all that he has without tying his shoes, by the way.
What?
He plays with his laces like undone. Like he doesn't like lace his shoes up.
At all?
No, like.
That's some good ankle support.
I know.
What shoes? He should do a campaign. That's a great campaign. As somebody with a torn Achilles and broken ankle, I'd be like, if I was still playing. If I would ever lace him up again. She's retired. Yeah, that's all I have for you. That's really all I got in the NBA right now.
I'm still just upset. What's so funny?
The yawn was crazy. Say it again.
Yeah. You want me to keep that in there or cut it?
You could. It just was funny. Sorry.
Finance bro, life be lifing. But I'm still upset that when they look at the odds for NBA champions, number 1 is the Thunder. Number 2 is the Spurs. Number 3 is the Sixers. I think it makes sense when I think about it.
You gotta go with what you've seen.
Yeah. That's what I'm like. Those teams have been there. Like
you gotta go with what you've seen.
The Sixers are new. It's hard to get it right in the first year.
The Spurs also defeated the odds of beating OKC last year, and that was essentially they're oof, and then I feel like they just weren't ready for the Knicks.
But if that photo I saw of Embiid is not edited.
Did Wemby grow?
And I saw something about that, but it hasn't hit. I haven't seen it from
I think you can
my main sources. But yeah, he's young enough to still be growing.
Yeah. That's
But I don't know if that helps or hurts him.
All I know, if he keeps doing what he did in the last season, he'll be fine.
All I know is if that picture of Joel Embiid is not edited, and that's what he looks like, I don't give a damn about Wemby. I ain't scared.
What's he look like, Evan?
Fit. I've never seen him fit like this.
Oh, wow.
If that picture is real, then
I've been
that's the best version of Embiid we've ever seen.
I've been saying this for literally years.
Because when he steps away from the basket, if you got a big on him, most of the time they too slow, assuming he can still move a little bit with his knees.
You know how you can tell? You got to look at their face, because a lot of people don't when they're editing, you got to look at their face. Does that look slimmer? Which it does.
Interesting. And then, he's strong under the post. We saw, we forget, this man gave Wemby 70 once upon a time. Now, I know that Wemby has gotten better.
My thing is, we don't need Embiid,
you don't even need him to give you 70 anymore.
You don't need him to do, with what he had. I'm screaming. I just feel if he's, he could do exactly what he did last year, and they're in a much better place. Already, in my opinion. You have somebody that can get him the ball a lot easier, make his game a lot easier in LeBron, just in itself. Then you have Jaylen Brown who can go out and get you, I don't even know, score.
It still doesn't even sound right saying that we have LeBron on in the Sixers.
Then you still have Maxey and VJ. Like, it's gonna be a very interesting. The East got a little bit more fun. That's what I'm gonna say. To me.
You know what Iverson said? It ain't no fun when a rabbit got the gun. We're gonna be playing the song a lot this year.
Yeah, I'm happy for you. Say a prayer for my Pistons. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm gonna take what I can get always.
Well, come on back over.
No, I'm. There's a ranking. You gotta pick. Like, it don't matter. If they're playing the Sixers, I'm sorry, I'm not with y'all.
Yeah, I know.
But if we make it past and we're in the semis and the Pistons don't make it somehow, some way, and I have to choose someone to root for, I lived in Philly for 12 years. So.
You know what's gonna happen though.
What?
Sixers gonna play the Pistons, and
I'm
gonna put down a nice fat parlay, and somehow the Pistons are gonna pull out a victory.
I'm crying. Well, no, I'm just gonna be really sad. Like, I don't know what's gonna happen. I'm here for vibes, and I'm gonna root for my team as long as I can.
I gotta get my LeBron jersey, but
me too. I want one.
The Sixers one.
Yeah.
The only time she ever mentioned getting a Sixers jersey.
Otherwise, I would have gotten a Maxey one.
Fair.
That's all we have for y'all today.
Make sure you shop our merch. And follow us on socials.
Yes, we will see y'all in a couple weeks. Please subscribe. Tell us what you want us to chat about. If any news comes up that you want us to cover, leave a comment down below. DM us. And we'll see y'all in a couple weeks.
Holla back.